Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 11 of the Let's Play series. In the last episode, we put up this amazing looking church and potion machine, and at the end of the last episode, I put up a community poll for you to vote on what we do this episode. And you guys all voted for a storage village expansion, and that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're not going to mess about. We're going to grab our planning wall and start planning out today's builds. So from here, I think there's a nice spot that I want to put a building, just next to the stone storage. So I'm going to put a building around here. Not this shape, but we'll figure it out later. Now, I think another good spot would be the other side of the path just here, but we do have a few trees in the way. Let's take care of that. So yeah, I want to put another build just in this area here. Still need some leaves to clear out the way, but that's all right. And I want to get 3 buildings done today at least, so I think we could put one just up here as well, just next to the other one. Should give us a good amount of space. Also on today's agenda is sort out the back of this building. Oh, kind of forgot to do that. What I want to do now is quickly hop into replay mod, get a quick lay of the land, see where our buildings are sitting, just to check that everything's all right with them. I think we got these buildings situated in a good place. It should tie in with the rest of the village and make everything feel a little more cozy. Also today, I want to do a lot of prettying up of the area, get a few more fields in, get a few more custom trees, and of course try and connect up all the paths as well. But let me get my inventory sorted for building, and I'll be right back. Alright gang, I think I got everything that we're going to need for this build. Got it all gathered up in this chest here. I've been doing a little bit of planning and terraforming just so I can get it where I want it to be. So I've flattened out this area a bit, cleared some trees, and yeah, it's time to build. So I started off by building a platform out of all the stone variants. You'll see what this is for in a little bit. I also decorated it with a few leaves. And then I added some fences and lanterns. Next I built up the structure of the house using barrels at the bottom, and then a mix of stripped spruce wood and oak logs. And once all this is in place, I can start working on the walls. And speaking of which, I used a mix of oak planks and stripped oak that I think gives a really nice texture. And this pallet will also tie in with our log storage house. Next up, I want to start working on a roof, so I started with the trim. And to tie in with the other house in the village that's using this pallet, I tried to make the same shape, just for a little bit more continuity in the village builds. I think a bit of an interesting shape in the roof adds a lot more character and keeps your builds looking a lot more interesting. This roof ended up being a little bit taller than I first thought it would be, but I'm just going with the flow with this one. Also, I end up leaving a little gap at the back, so I want to put a tower in here a little bit later on. But yeah, with all the roof trim done now, I started to fill in the gaps with our deep slate brick tiles. I've used these a lot in the village, but well, I really like the way that they look with spruce wood. Now moving on to the top of the roof, I want to do something a little bit different than we've done before in the village. And that's to add a little crane hanging over the edge that signifies what we're storing in this building. And this building is going to store copper. I cover it with some signs just so it looks like it's being held up, and then fill in the rest of the wall. I add a door with a little trim. Looking good, looking good. At this point, I decide the roofs are looking a little bit boring on one side, so I try my best to add some windows. I think this makes it look a whole lot more interesting, which is obviously what we're going for. Next up, I had a bit of detail to the roof, using deep slate walls and fence gates, and a lightning rod on the top. Then I added another doorway with a similar trim to the other one. And what build doesn't look good without a few leaves scattered around? Next up, it's time to start building up the base of the tower. Just like all the other ones in the village, I used cobblestone, stone bricks, and stone. I used fences for the windows, campfires for a bit of detail. Then I used spruce trapdoors and spruce slabs for the roof trim. And then to build up the rest of the roof, just like usual, I used deep slate tiles and deep slate tile walls. Without forgetting the lightning rod on the top. I added a little sign just in case we forget what this building's actually for. And then started to work on the interior. There's not really a whole lot of room to work with here, but I thought I'd try and make it look a little bit tidy. I just added spruce to the floor and the ceiling, added some barrels for some storage, campfires for some random detail, lanterns, you know the deal. And yeah, that's about all the interior. And with that done, I say let's take a little cinematic look at what we've done. So here we are guys, here's the finished copper house. Can't tell you how happy I am with this one. Possibly my favourite building in the village at the moment. I don't really want the copper to be oxidized. We're going to need some bees to fix that. But for now, we'll just do that. There we go. But yeah, I got some extra storage out the front here, just in case we need it. Then if we head inside here, you can see I've got my raw copper, the ingots, and then a few blocks as well. So yeah, plenty of storage for copper, happy about that. And like I said, no messing about today. We're going to move straight on to the next build, which, well, we've got this one or this one over here. And I think we're going to go with this one. Kind of got something cool planned. I want to bring the path along through here. Then the path is actually going to end up going through the building and then probably connect up with the main path here as well. Right, let me grab the blocks and I'll be right back. Oh, okay, that was weird. Oh, got the blocks. Okay, right, let's build. Man, I hope that gag was worth it. Ugh. Probably not, but oh well. Before we start this build, I thought I'd take a little bit of time to get a path in and just tidy up the area. This way we'll know exactly how much space we got to work with. Alright guys, so I laid out a little floor plan here. This bit here is going to be the main building where we keep all the storage. And then on this side we're going to have another tower. And then I want to create an archway to connect the two buildings with a nice space to walk through here and connect up to our main path. So just like we always do, I'm going to use our stone variants here and create a nice 7x7 area. There we go. Now I think I'm going to build the walls up by another 3, so we've got a total of 4 high. Right, there we go, looking good. Next, need to sort out where we want the roof to be, and I think I'm going to put it up on this side here. That way we've got more space to connect our archway. So let's quickly pillar back up, and we'll get this roof line in. Alright, there we go, intersecting the tree a little bit, but that's fine. Now, just like usual, we'll chuck in our deep slate tiles. Perfect, there we go. And now we just need to chuck our walls on top. Perfect, there we go. Right, I'm going to save the detailing for this just for a little bit. I'm going to work on the tower next because I really want to get the main shape sorted out before we start doing any of the detailing. I'm not too sure how high I want to make this, but it definitely needs to come up above our first building. We've also got to keep in mind we've got this tower here. I don't really want it to be the same height. So looking at that, we're the same height there now, and we're just a little bit above this. I think we come up another 2 from here. Is that 1 taller? I think this is good. I think while I'm already up here, I'm going to get the roof on as well. That way we're going to get a good idea for what this is going to look like. And I wonder how many times I've built these roofs in this world. And there we go. Right, let's pop down and take another look. All right, that's looking good. We've got a weird gap here. So what I might do is just connect these. In fact, rather than connecting it there, I'm going to push this back 1 block. Yep, that's better. There's a little bit of definition between the two buildings now. Right, next up is the archway. I think I'm going to put stairs here like that. Run a trapdoor here and down the sides. Good, good. Right, now I'm going to put some temporary blocks just up here. And then I'm going to use these oak trapdoors to act as a railing. Right, there we go. I mean, this isn't really serving a purpose right now, so we'll chuck some doorways in here. Put some doors in. There we go. And you know what? This kind of feels like it's missing a little something. So for the 3rd time, I'm going to pillar back up again. And what we can do is create a little overhang here. So do trapdoors there, slabs in the middle. Okay, now I'm trapped. All right, there we go. That's looking cool. These definitely look connected, which is good. Now I'd say we can start detailing the thing. So here I'm going to put just a little walkway in with some trapdoors on the sides. There we go. Obviously, we're going to need a doorway there. Now, of course, we can't forget our trim. There we go. Now, I'm going to get rid of this trapdoor, put a composter, and then a couple of leaves on top. There we go. Can have a window in here with a fence. I think this wall I'm going to leave as it is. We need another spruce trim on the back. Oh god, hello. Hello. Oh no, why did I look at... Why did I do that? Oh god, I'm scared. No, I do need ender pearls, so... Ooh. Okay, got an ender pearl. I'll take that, I'll take that. Right, so I have a couple of windows in there like that. Oh, actually, the floor's going to be up 1. So we'll put our windows up here like that. There we go. We'll pop our fences in for the windows again. Maybe a little plant box on the side. More trapdoors, of course. All right, there we go. That side's looking pretty. Then the final side of this building we've got right next to the path here. So I guess a couple more windows in here. We'll go there and I guess here. And we'll get our campfire details on the top. Awesome, there we go. Right, that's that one done. Let's move on to the tower next. Right, we'll have a window there. And then we'll pillar up and put a window at the top. Awesome, they're looking good. Let's do the same around the back as well. All right, looking good. I like that. All right, next up, let's chuck a floor in here with these spruce slabs. Right, I'm going to chuck a few tables in here, like that. We'll plonk some chests down. A couple more campfires for some detail. Now, for this one, I want to get a little bit of red carpet. Right, let's pop a little bit of this down. Then finally, just a lantern there, just so we don't turn this into a mob farm. And you may be wondering what we're going to store in this building. And it's actually going to be dirt. Because for right now, all my dirt is actually in the stone building or up in the main castle storage. And we're going to end up with quite a bit. So now we've got our own dedicated dirt building. In you go. But I say, let's take another little cinematic look at this build. Right, gang, to tie up this area here, I want to put a little retaining wall. Because as you can see, I've dug out here and left all this horrible dirt. And for the retaining wall, I want to use mossy cobble. And for that, we're going to need some moss. I was doing some off-camera resource gathering, and up in the dark oak forest, I found an azalea tree. And that means lush cave. And lush cave means lots and lots of moss. Oh, a rabbit. So So I think it was just up here. There it is. There it is. Okay. Right, so directly under here should be a lush cave. Oh, unrooted dirt. Yes. Oh, God. Oh, there's more. Right, just keep digging straight down. Oh, there we go. Lush cave. Right. Ooh. Oh, yes. Look at this. Oh, and clay as well. Very cool. Right, I'm going to grab a bunch of this clay because I really want to use some bricks soon. And, of course, I want a bunch of moss. Right, gang, I'm going to gather up a bunch of stuff from this lush cave, and I'll see you when I'm done. Alright guys, I've got a little bit of everything. I think this is going to be good. It's not too far if you want to come back for more. And just as I was about to leave, look what I've seen here. Let's take a little flyover and look how epic this area looks. This place is so crazy. Look at it. Well, we definitely need to come back and build here. The castle's just up there. That's our dark oak forest. So not too far away. Like I said, we definitely need to come back and do something here. Wow. But with the materials gathered, I'm going to head back home. And I'll see you at the castle. Right, guys. I've gathered up all the stuff that we're going to need for the retaining wall. And also, I processed all that clay that we got from the lush cave. And I've chucked it in our mega smelter here, so that's all smelting up into bricks. Because I think I'm going to want to use a few bricks on our last build. Hopefully that's all finished smelting by the time we finish the wall. Hello, Minotaur. But yeah, let's head back down here to where we want to build the wall. And I say let's kick this into a quick time lapse. Let's go. Okay, gang, retaining wall in. This place is looking a lot more cozy now. I really like how this area feels a little bit more enclosed. But if you come up around the corner here, you'll see I've added another path along to the top. So now we've got this area where we can look down. And then this path leads across and joins up here in front of the copper house. Quickly fix this. I really need bees. Yeah, so we've got a nice little intersection here now where we can take different routes. Really enjoying all these winding paths, adding a lot of immersion. And speaking of winding paths, I think we need to take this at here and add another path here leading to our next build. Which I think with the lush cave nearby should end up being our new clay and brick storage. Got a nice amount of space to work with here, so let me just prepare the area properly and I'll be right back and we can start building. Right guys, I gathered the blocks we're going to need, and as you can see, we're going to be using a different palette to normal. Similar to what we got in the farmland area, but with the addition of this rooted dirt that we just got from the lush cave, and also bricks. And I've also laid out a rough shape here, so I think we'll start with the one at the back. And when I'm building this, as much as I can, I want to make sure that I'm using this gradient here. That's not very helpful, game. Putting this together is a little bit like a puzzle. Trying to make sure that I'm putting the blocks in the right place. Right, I got half of it done. As you can see, all the blocks are sort of blending together. It's not perfect, but I think it will do. Right, that's that building done. Let's work on the next one. All right, the walls are in. I think that's looking decent. Now to figure out the roof. I think here we're going to have an arch. And then either end here and here we're going to have an arch. Right, there's that one in. And now we just need two more. All right, there we go. I think this wall we can just get rid of. And now we just got to chuck our roof in. I think I'm going to use deep slate tiles again. That way it's going to be more tied in with the other buildings in the village. And now just the top portion to do. And I can't forget the walls on the top either. There we go. All right, I think that's looking really cool, actually. I really like that. I think what's going to help massively is getting our spruce trim on the roof. There we go, looking good. I think we'll chuck a doorway in the center here. And we'll give it a little overhang like that. We'll chuck a window in here. And for this one, I think I'm going to use glass. There we go. More windows. More windows, more windows, more windows, more windows, and one more window. All right, looking cool. I think in this corner here, I'm going to add a chimney, actually. I think that's going to add a little bit more interest and just break up the palette that we're using. And chuck a campfire in. There we go. I think I'm going to move this stair up one. There we go. I like that a little more. Looking good, looking good. We'll pop a door out the front. Clear out this floor so that we can replace it with some spruce wood. We'll start placing this in. There we go. Right, let's get a couple of tables in here. A few chests. Maybe a plant pot. Another plant pot. There's a lantern there. Another small table with another lantern. I think that'll do for the inside for now. Let's get some coarse dirt in here as well, actually. So I'll quickly fill this in. Now, I think on this side here, I want to put a little lean-to. We'll bring that back one more. There we go. Fill in a bit more of this grass. Gonna put some coarse dirt in here. Then fence, 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 fence. And I think I'm gonna put a little wheelbarrow in here. So compost dirt, grindstone, and a fence gate on the back. There we go, a little wheelbarrow stored in there. That's cool. Sprinkle a little bit of grass around. Make some stairs. And I think I'm going to call this one done. Really like this. It's quite interesting having this different palette in the village. It definitely stands out, that's for sure. You know what? It's not finished. Got to have the little window detail in there. We do still need to add some fields and custom trees in the village. But I think I'm going to save that for a live stream. So make sure you follow me on Twitch if you're not already. I'll leave a link in the description. And the last thing I want to do today is just take a little look around the village in shaders. Just want to take a little look at what we built today. First up, we've got a dirt house here. Really love this. I really like being able to walk through the archway. So cool. And then straight across from here, we've got a dirt and brick storage. Pretty interesting palette for this one. And then last of all, which I think is my favorite of the three, is our copper storage. I really love the way this one looks. And guys, I'm going to make a tutorial for one of these buildings. And I'm going to let you decide which one. So if you've got a preference for the three that you want a tutorial for, then let me know in the comments. But guys, that's all I've got time for today. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!